Welcome children, I am Janice. I am handling English for 3rd standard. Before we go to lesson, I tell one story. Do you hear the story? Yes, very good. Shall I start? Yes. One day, one old man owned one old donkey. You see, the donkey fell into the well. So the old man felt very upset. The old donkey shouted and cried well. So the old man thought that he was very old and he couldn't do anything. So the old man went and asked help to neighbors. They came and they cracked the dirt into the well. Suddenly the donkey stopped his crying and he tried to step out to the well. Later he stepped out to the well and felt very happy. What is the moral of the story? Do you understand? Yes, very good. The moral of the story is we face many problems, many troubles, many obstacles, but we don't bother about it and we didn't lose their energy, isn't it? We stepped out from it and we think only positively. Yes, see in this lesson also about one toad and his positive way. He praised himself and he thought what positively only. See, before we go to lesson, we learn about the author. See, what is the lesson name? The story of Mr. Toad. See, this is Mr. Toad, the story of Mr. Toad. See, this is the author of the poem, Kenneth Grahame. All of you say Kenneth Grahame. Now we learn about the Kenneth Grahame. He was born on 1859. He was born on 1859 and he was a famous Scottish writer and he is well known for his children's book, that is The Wind in the Willows. He is well known for his children's work, that is The Wind in the Willows, and he used to write only bedtime stories. What are the bedtime stories? See, Mole's Christmas, The Magic Ring and A Departure. See, these are all the famous work and he used to tell his story to his son only. So, that is called as bedtime stories. See, do you all understand, ma? Shall we move to the new words? See, the first word is Oxford. Do you hear the word Oxford? Yes, Oxford means a university in England. See, a university in England. And then the second word is Ark. See, I think you are all knowing that Ark. Yes, a big boat. Then yes, torrents. All of you say torrents. Yes. See, torrents means strong rushes of water. See, strong rushes of water. Then Kitchener. Do you all hear the word Kitchener? Yes, we didn't hear the word, isn't it? Because the author only used the word Kitchener in a poetic form. See, Kitchener means one who works in the kitchen. That is called Kitchener. Then ladies in waiting. See, these are all the ladies. See, she is a queen. Ladies in waiting means the ladies who serve the queen. The ladies who serve the queen. That is the meaning of ladies in waiting. Then the last one, feud. All of you say feud. Yes, feud is nothing but joined by stitching. See, joined by stitching. One lady stitched the clothes. See, joined by stitching. This is the meaning of feud. Yes, now move to the poem lines. First I explain it. See, the world has held great heroes as history books have showed, but never a name to go down to fame compared with that of Toad. The clever men at Oxford know all that there is to be known, but none of them know one half as much as intelligent as Mr. Toad. See, Mr. Toad thought that he was the famous person in the world and he was the hero of the world, like that he thought. And he told many great heroes in the world. The history books also showed many great heroes, but never like a Mr. Toad. Mr. Toad thought that he was the famous person and he was the hero of the world, and he compared himself to the clever man at Oxford because he thought that he was more intelligent than them. And see, but they none of them know one half as much as intelligent Mr. Toad. See, in the clever man at Oxford didn't know half as much as Mr. Toad. This made Mr. Toad better than them. So, see, in this paragraph, Mr. Toad praised himself and imagined he was the famous hero of the world. Let's move to the second stanza. See, the animals sat in the ark and cried, their tears in torrents flowed. Who was it said? There is land ahead, encouraging Mr. Toad. Once again I read, the animals sat in the ark and cried, their tears in torrents flowed. Who was it said? There is land ahead, encouraging Mr. Toad. See, in this stanza, Mr. Toad thought positively only. See, encourage. Mr. Toad encouraged them, the other animals. See, other animals sat in the ark, in the sea. They had a fear about it because they thought we didn't have any way to escape. So, Mr. Toad encouraged them to tell there is a land ahead. We had a land and we must be safe. Like that, Mr. Toad encouraged them and thought positively. So, we must also think positively like Mr. Toad. See, move to the, do you see the torrents? Yes, what is the meaning of torrents? Yes, very good. See, rushes of water, strong rushes of water. What is the meaning of ark? A big boat. See, let's move to the next stanza. The army all saluted as they marched along the road. Was it the king or Kitchener? No, it was Mr. Toad. Once again I read, the army all saluted as they marched along the road. Was it the king or Kitchener? No, it was Mr. Toad. See, now Mr. Toad, imagine he was the famous hero and he was the king. Like, see, the army of soldiers are marched in the road and they all saluted to Mr. Toad, and then they asked, was it the king or Kitchener? Like that they asked, and they replied that no, it was Mr. Toad. See, Mr. Toad imagined like king, like Kitchener, but he was only Mr. Toad, and he imagined he was a king and Kitchener. This is the paragraph. See, the army of the soldier marched on the road and they all saluted to Mr. Toad, and they asked, was it the king or Kitchener? And they replied, no, it was Mr. Toad. See, all of them thought Mr. Toad was the high level in the world. So only the army of the soldiers saluted to Mr. Toad, and Mr. Toad also thought he was the big person, high person in the world. See, do you all understand, ma? See, shall we move to the next stanza? Yes. The queen and her ladies in waiting sat at the window and sewed. She cried, look, who is that handsome man? They answered, Mr. Toad. Once again I read, the queen and her ladies in waiting sat at the window and sewed. She cried, look, who is that handsome man? They answered, Mr. Toad. See, now the scene into the palace, that the queen and her ladies sat at the window. See, queen and her ladies sat at the window and watched Mr. Toad. And the queen asked to her ladies, who is that handsome man? See the word handsome is the capital letters. because Mr. Toad like handsome man. And then she cried and asked, who is that handsome man? And then they answered, Mr. Toad. Imagine Mr. Toad walked in the road. They are all asked about who is that handsome man. At the time, Mr. Toad imagined like a hero and then handsome boy. Isn't it? Yes, that's why they asked who is that handsome man. And then they answered that is Mr. Toad. Yes, see, what is the new word here? Ladies in waiting. What is the meaning of ladies in waiting? See, ladies who serve the queen. Yes, sewed. What is the meaning of sewed? Joined by stitching. The ladies were stitched the cloth and watched the Mr. Toad, and they asked about Mr. Toad, who is that handsome man? And they answered that was the Mr. Toad. Do you all understand? See, in this lesson, in this poem, the Mr. Toad imagined and what? Imagined and praised himself as a hero, handsome, and then he must be do anything. He should do anything, and he could do anything. Like that he thought. So we must be positive way. We must be think positive manner, and we try what? We will try a lot. This is the moral of the poem. Do you all understand, ma'am? See, next day we will see the new lesson. Thank you, children.